Okay, in this video, guys, I'm going to show you, I just finished the color wheel video, and I want to show you how to clean your paintbrushes. So you don't need your paint palette right now, so I'm going to put my paintbrushes in the water. I've got my paper towels, and I'm just kind of tapping the paintbrush on the bottom and kind of twisting it. Now I have some people in class put like about that much water in the bottom of the cup, and that is not enough. So you're gonna have to fill the cup up more than halfway, okay? So I've got my paintbrush here, and I've been twisting it and tapping it on the bottom, and most of the paint came out of there. But what a true test to see if all the paint comes out, if you put it in your paper towel and you squeeze and you pinch. If you see any color like we do here, then your paintbrush is not clean. So you need to go and repeat the process. Twist, tap in the bottom of your cup. Don't do this when you're doing art. I know a lot of people have a tendency to do that because there's water dripping on it, but what happens is the water splatters all over everything. So I would just kind of drag it on the edge just to get the excess water out. So we're going to repeat the process, put it in our paper towel, and squeeze. Okay, there's a little bit of paint in there. I could probably repeat this process, but it's pretty decent, so we'll let that one go for now. You can also, if you want to clean your paintbrush under the sink, you can, depending on if your parents are okay with that. But don't leave any blobs of paint in the sink, because that may stain the sink. All right, repeating the process for this one. All right, that one's clear, so that one's good. Got one more brush, I'm doing the same thing. Twisting and tapping. Okay, now this one still has some paint on the metal part, so I'm actually gonna wipe that off before I actually do the pinch test. There's a little bit of water in there, so you can see I wiped that paint off the metal part. You don't wanna leave any paint on those metal parts of your brush. They just get in the way. So that tells me my brushes are clean. Your water is murky and gross, so you can go and get you clean water. Now, if you're working on your color wheel project and you have murky water like that, just go dump it and rinse your cup out and get you some clean water. One more thing that I want to tell you, I'm gonna put these to the side. Don't ever clean this paint palette out in the sink. Don't put this wet paint down the sink, because this is acrylic paint, and what acrylic paint has is a plastic binder. So that plastic will dry in your sink drain, and it will cause your sink drain to clog up. Now what you can do, like these colors that we have mixed, if you want to wipe those out with a paper towel, you can do that. Well, actually, I take that back. Never mind. You can wipe those colors out. I was going to tell you to leave your paint palette open and let it dry, but what's going to happen is all your other colors are going to dry, and you don't want that, especially if you aren't coming up here often to get paint. You're going to want to make sure that that paint stays wet. To ensure that it stays wet, you're going to have to make sure that you have a lid on your paint palette after you're done, okay? If you don't leave that lid on there, then it will dry out. So, like I said, if you want to take out the colors you mixed, you can, or you can leave them there, and you can use a styrofoam plate, or if you took the colors out and mixed them on a styrofoam plate, that's fine. Like I said, if anybody has any questions about any of this, you can email me. I do want to tell you one more thing I almost forgot about the paintbrushes. When you're cleaning them out, you want to form the hair or the bristles of the brush back into the shape that they were, because they'll be usable again, okay? That's one way that you take care of a brush. If you have a brush that you leave acrylic paint in, like that's what somebody did here, it doesn't move well, you can kind of see it's really frayed. This is not a usable paintbrush. I have tried everything I can think of to get the paint out of this brush, and it's not salvageable. So you need to make sure that all the acrylic paint is out. This person also didn't smooth the bristles back into shape. This is another one. This one is one we're using in class, but you can see, if you see the bristles, it's supposed to be a flat, and they're like fraying out I can't get those to go back in, but this one is a usable paintbrush, and so is this one. It has the same problem. This brush here, this is a very old paintbrush. The bristles only move on the ends. The other one, there's so much paint dried in there, it's not in good shape. This also comes off. Please don't take that apart. Also, if you're painting, while you're painting, you can leave your paintbrush in water, but don't leave it in water overnight or long periods of time. It will cause the glue that holds this together to come apart. So, so we don't want to do that. Okay, well, I think that's all my little tips and tricks about things. So if you have any questions, just let me know and I will help you any way that I can. Thanks.